Hello, I'm Tim, and welcome to a countdown that's stranger than fiction, and frankly, stranger than most things you'll find on the internet. Today we're diving into the 10 weirdest scientific discoveries ever uncovered by curious minds around the globe. These are the kinds of findings that make even seasoned researchers go, "Wait, what?" and then double-check their equipment just in case it's all a big joke. From immortal jellyfish and teleporting particles to actual zombie ants and chickens that refuse to die, today's list is a tour through the oddest corners of the scientific world. Some of these discoveries challenge what we thought we knew about life, the universe, and even our own perception of reality. And honestly, a few are just plain unsettling. So buckle in and don't go anywhere, because you'll want to stick around for number one, which is so unbelievable, you'll have to hear it to believe it. Let's get started. Meet Turritopsis dohrnii, a jellyfish so remarkable, it's practically the Benjamin Button of the animal kingdom. This tiny, translucent creature, barely the size of your fingernail, has managed to cheat death in a way that should be impossible. When faced with illness, injury, or even old age, the immortal jellyfish simply reverts its cells to a younger state and starts its life cycle all over again. Imagine if instead of a midlife crisis, you could just hit the biological reset button and wake up as a toddler. Scientists have been studying this phenomenon for years, hoping to unlock the secrets of cellular regeneration and just maybe extend our own lifespans. The process is called transdifferentiation. It's as if your skin cells could suddenly decide, you know what, I fancy being a liver cell today, and just rearrange themselves. Nature's ultimate do-over. And while we're still a long way from applying jellyfish wizardry to humans, the research has already inspired new approaches to aging and medicine. So next time you see a jellyfish washed up on the shore, don't be too quick to write it off. It might just be on its way back to the nursery, ready to start again. Immortality, not just for vampires anymore. Teleportation, the stuff of sci-fi dreams. But in the quantum world, it's not as far-fetched as it sounds. In labs around the world, scientists have managed to teleport information between particles across vast distances, using a phenomenon known as quantum entanglement. Picture two particles separated by kilometers, somehow instantaneously sharing information without any physical connection. It's a bit like having a pair of magic dice. No matter how far apart you roll them, they always land on the same number. The strangest bit? This spooky action at a distance, as Einstein called it, seems to defy the very laws of physics, especially the speed of light. When one particle is altered, its twin responds instantly, as if the universe itself is playing tricks behind the scenes. It's not people or objects being teleported, just the quantum state. But it's still the closest thing we have to Star Trek's famous beam me up. While we're nowhere near teleporting humans, the implications for computing and communications are massive. Quantum teleportation could lead to ultra-secure data transfer and lightning-fast computers. For now, though, it remains a tantalizing glimpse into a future where reality is even weirder than fiction. If you thought zombies were just for horror movies, think again. Deep in tropical forests, a fungus called Ophiocordyceps unilateralis has turned ants into real-life walking dead. Here's how it works. A spore lands on an unlucky ant, burrows its way inside, and starts to take over. The fungus releases chemicals that hijack the ant's nervous system, turning it into a mindless drone. But it gets even creepier. The fungus forces the ant to climb to a high, leafy vantage point, like a macabre marionette show, before clamping its jaws onto a leaf in a death grip. Then, the fungus erupts out of the ant's head, releasing spores to infect the next victim. It's a cycle straight out of a nature documentary directed by Stephen King. Scientists study this gruesome process not only for its sheer weirdness, but also because it's a fascinating example of how parasites can manipulate host behavior. A reminder that in the natural world, truth is often much stranger than fiction. Here's a discovery that blurs the line between biology and psychology: the placebo effect. Sometimes just believing you're being treated, whether it's with a sugar pill, a saline injection, or even fake surgery, can bring about real, measurable improvements in health. The mind's influence over the body turns out to be so powerful that in some cases placebos work as well as actual medicine. Scientists have long puzzled over how exactly this works. Some theories suggest that expectation triggers the release of endorphins and other chemicals, helping the body heal itself. What's certain is that the placebo effect is robust and repeatable, showing up in studies on everything from pain relief to depression. It's optimism, turbocharged by biology. Of course, placebos aren't a replacement for real treatments, but their existence is a testament to the astonishing ways our brains can shape our physical reality. The next time someone tells you it's all in your head, remember, sometimes that's all you need. On a quiet night in 1977, astronomer Jerry Amon was scanning the skies for signs of extraterrestrial life when he spotted something extraordinary, a 72-second burst of radio waves. So unusual, he scrawled, "Wow," next to the printout. The wow signal, as it's now known, remains one of the greatest unsolved mysteries in astronomy. Was it aliens reaching out, or just an odd bit of cosmic static? No one knows. What made the signal so compelling was its strength and clarity. It didn't match any known natural or man-made source. Scientists have tried for decades to detect a repeat, but the signal has never reappeared. It's like getting a call from an unknown number, only to find it never rings again. The wow signal continues to inspire SETI researchers and conspiracy theorists alike. Until we find a definitive answer, it's a tantalizing glimpse into the possibility that we're not alone in the universe, or at the very least, that the cosmos loves a good mystery. Here's one for the wait that can't be right filed. Under certain conditions, hot water can freeze faster than cold water. This oddity, known as the Mpemba effect, was named after Erasto Mpemba, a Tanzanian student who noticed it while making ice cream in the 1960s. Despite centuries of anecdotal reports, scientists still aren't entirely sure why it happens. Some theories suggest evaporation, convection currents, or differences in dissolved gases might play a role. But there's no consensus. It's counterintuitive. After all, shouldn't cold water have a head start? Yet in the right circumstances, physics seems to throw us a curveball. Next time you're making ice cubes, try it yourself. Pour one tray with hot water, another with cold, and see which freezes first. You might just witness one of nature's most persistent puzzles in action. Plants are usually the slow movers of the natural world, but the Venus flytrap is a notable exception. This botanical carnivore snaps shut on unsuspecting insects in less than a second, thanks to tiny electrical signals that travel across its leaves. When a bug brushes against the trigger hairs, it sets off a rapid-fire response that closes the trap and locks in the prey. It's like a living booby trap, part plant, part predator, all efficiency. Scientists have studied the Venus flytrap's electrical system in the hope of learning more about plant intelligence and rapid movement. After all, how many other plants have reflexes this sharp? So next time you see a flytrap in a garden center, remember, it's not just sitting there looking pretty, it's a finely tuned, lightning-fast hunter lying in wait for its next meal. Strasbourg, 1518, an outbreak of spontaneous, uncontrollable dancing swept through the town. Dozens of people danced in the streets for days without rest. Some quite literally danced themselves to death. It sounds like a legend, but the dancing plague is a well-documented historical event that still baffles scientists and historians alike. Was it mass hysteria, ergot poisoning from moldy bread, or something even stranger? No one knows for certain. What's clear is that the dancing mania gripped people with such force they couldn't stop, no matter the risk to their lives. It's a story that reads less like history and more like the plot of a surreal fantasy novel. The dancing plague remains a powerful reminder of how little we sometimes understand about group psychology and the mysterious workings of the human mind. If you ever need proof that the universe is stranger than it seems, look no further than the double-slit experiment. Fire particles like electrons through two tiny slits and you get a pattern on the screen that suggests they behave like waves, interfering with themselves. But here's the kicker: if you try to observe which slit the particle goes through, it suddenly acts like a particle instead. It's as if nature knows when it's being watched and changes its behavior just to mess with us. This experiment, first conducted in 1801, has been repeated with everything from photons to giant molecules, and the results are always the same. Observation changes reality. Physicists have spent centuries trying to explain it, but the weirdness remains. Quantum mechanics forces us to confront the idea that reality might not be as solid as we think, and that, at the tiniest scales, the universe plays by rules that are downright bizarre. Finally, we arrive at perhaps the strangest story of all: Mike the Headless Chicken. In 1945, a farmer in Colorado attempted to behead a chicken for dinner, only to find the bird not just alive, but thriving. Thanks to a 1 in a million cut that left part of his brain stem intact, Mike managed to eat, walk and live for another 18 months. He even traveled the country as a sideshow celebrity. People flocked to see the miraculous bird who was fed with an eyedropper and became famous as the Headless Wonder. For scientists, Mike's survival was a case study in just how much of an animal's basic functions are controlled by the brain stem rather than the brain itself. It's a story so bizarre, you'd think it was made up, except it's absolutely true. Proof that sometimes you really can run around like a chicken with its head cut off, and even outlast the rest. And there you have it, the top 10 strangest scientific discoveries ever to boggle the human mind. From immortal jellyfish to headless chickens, these stories remind us that the world, and indeed the universe, is infinitely weirder than we often give it credit for. It's discoveries like these that keep science endlessly fascinating and just a little bit unsettling. If you enjoyed this journey into the bizarre side of science, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell. There's a lot more where this came from. After all, the universe never runs out of strange surprises, and I'll be here to share them with you. Thank you so much for watching. Stay curious, keep asking questions, and I'll see you in the next video.